So I guess Hollywood finally cracked that elusive formula for making movies based off of video games. You want to know what that formula was? Don't deviate too much from the source material. Now, I love Sonic the Hedgehog. I love Sonic the Hedgehog from when I was a kid to now being an adult. I've watched the shows, I've played the games. I've done everything there is to be Sonic related. So, back in March of last year, they released a Sonic the Hedgehog trailer for the movie. Now, I've been following the movie for a while. It was very... they messed Sonic up really bad with this one. I guess they're trying to go after this whole realistic animal thing, like with Detective Pikachu. So they tried to make Pikachu more realistic, so they were like, hey, why don't we do the same thing with Sonic? Didn't turn out too well. Not at all. But here's the fun part about that. Fans reacted with a negative backlash for that Sonic design, and so the producers over at Paramount were like, well, we're going to go back and redesign this little blue furry hedgehog and make him look better. And they did exactly that. And I think that's why this movie was so highly anticipated, because people, especially people like me who like to keep the nostalgia going for certain things in their lives, were really surprised that the people over at Paramount were just like, yep, nope, this design isn't going to work. Let's spend another $5 million in redesign Sonic and just kind of redo the whole movie. So that was one of the reasons why I went to go and see it, instead of the producers saying, screw the people, we don't really care about them. They were like, well, these people are going to pay money to go see a movie that we have invested millions of dollars into. We probably should go right ahead and redesign Sonic. So, I have just walked out of the theater of watching Sonic the Hedgehog, and boy oh boy, it was very fun. But before I get started, guys, like always, please hit that subscribe button. I'm looking to get a groundbreaking number of subscribers. I know I don't upload often, but when I do my best to make sure you guys have something fun to watch or listen to while you're at work or on your way to work or eating breakfast or something like that. I don't really care. If you haven't seen Sonic the Hedgehog, you might want to not watch this video. Go watch the movie, then come back and watch this video, because there are heavy spoilers ahead. Now, with that out of the way, let's get started. So, Sonic the Hedgehog was on his own a little bit different, a little bit deviated from the games. We all know that Sonic is more of a free spirit. He's more serious, and I guess with more of an intent to do what's right. And Sonic was more playful and more just kind of like a child, so to speak. But I guess he's never been threatened as much. So that's why we haven't seen that full serious side of him until the very end of the movie, but I'll get into that later. So this Sonic kind of sort of deviated from the games, but this is the first movie, and I hope a series of movies, so that's easily done. So, as you know, Sonic is an alien from another planet who has the ability to move at supersonic speeds. What I didn't know is that Sonic was raised by an owl. Yep, big ass bird. Fucking Gabor over here raised Sonic the Hedgehog. And this is where the first Easter egg kind of came into the movie. On Sonic's planet, his speed is, I guess, one of those things that everyone's after, and so they get attacked by, they tried to hide him, but any Sonic fan would know that there were echidnas on that island. Yep, there was a nice little nod to Knuckles the echidna, who popped up in the first 5 minutes of the movie. So that was pretty cool. I mean, you can kind of tell what they were. So the bird, I don't know what the bird's name. I'm gonna call it Gabor, okay? Because that's the only big ass talking owl that I've ever known in my life. All right. So Gabor tells Sonic to take these rings and to escape to another planet because the echidnas are trying to take his speed. Okay, great. One thing though, I don't know when the rings became sort of a teleportation device from world to world. In the game, I thought they were just like a device to keep Sonic alive, not really kill him or anything like that. And then in the anime, it's kind of like an energy source to give him that power to roll up into a ball. I don't know. The concept behind the rings are never explained, like ever. So I guess the producers over at Paramount was like, well, we don't really know what these rings do, so let's make them to where we can just have Sonic jump between worlds. Yeah, Bob, that sounds great. Let's do it. And that's exactly where that idea probably came from. So Sonic takes the ring, jumps through a portal, ends up on Earth, and he's been here for about 10 years. He's running around, keeping secret, just doing all sorts of things. And it's really fun watching him just kind of interact and not interact. So he's kind of like this super speed stalker. He's running around, he's keeping, like, I wouldn't say tabs on people, but he's just people watching watching in this little city in Montana named Green Hills. He messes with a police officer named Tom, played by James Marsden. James Marsden, who hasn't been seen, in my opinion, since fucking X-Men 3. So, like, where have you been for like the last damn near, 20 years? He's aged pretty well, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, he's married to this finely attractive black chick. And I mean, oh my god. Who is this actress and what other movies is she in? Because I would watch anything this woman is in. 100%. So, Sonic has been watching Tom and his wife do movie nights. He's been hanging out in the town, just keeping eyes on everybody, while at the same time living in secret, messing with people, stuff like that. And he's been doing that for the last 10 years. So he gets the idea to play a baseball game because at the end of it all, Sonic, at this point in the movie, is a very lonely character. He has no friends. He feels like he's involved, but at the end of the day, he's really lonely because, like he said in the movie, he was like hanging out with you guys, except he was not invited and no one knew that he was there. So you kind of get the little feels for the little blue guy because we all love Sonic. It's kind of sad to see him, sad. Anyway, he does this little baseball routine that you saw in the trailer and ends up running so fast that he blows up everything. It causes huge electromagnetic pulse to kind of wipe out the whole power grid, I guess, in the Northwest Pacific. Not really sure with Montana, yeah. Northwest Pacific, there you go. So Sonic has this ability, instead of just having the ability to run fast, he has the ability to kind of generate power, unlimited power. And this causes him, it only happens when he has like real intense emotion, like maybe he's nervous or upset, excited, angry, stuff like that. It starts glowing blue and boom, just kind of blows up everything. So he causes that, which puts him on the radar for the U.S. government, and somehow the U.S. government has a contract with Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey. And I mean, if you're not seeing this movie, if you're not a Sonic fan at all, period, if you don't know what Sonic is, if you never played a game before in your life, you should go see this movie because Jim Carrey is in this movie, and he's probably one of the best actors ever. So he wasn't my first choice to be Dr. Eggman, but he did a really good job in portraying that character. He didn't have the gun, he didn't have anything, but at the end of the movie he had the mustache, bald head. He's really eccentric, crazy, maniacal, egotistical guy. So Jim Carrey was able to pull that off very well, and I loved it. So 100% kudos to Jim Carrey. Great job, my man. I hope you stick around for more movies. So they dispatch Dr. Eggman, and he's a dick. Like, the entire movie, this dude is a dick. He has like 5 PhDs before he was like 12 or some shit like that. Doing just insanely genius work and just rubbing it in everyone's face. Fucking everybody hates this guy. I don't know why the government employed him, but yeah. Fun fact, I thought Eggman was from the same planet as Sonic, but instead he ended up being from Earth. So there's that. Again, they figured out the formula. They didn't deviate too much from the source material, but Eggman is from the same planet as Sonic, at least from my understanding. So anyways, Eggman is hunting down Sonic. He's trying to find out what this little creature was, and he brings him to Tom in Tom's house. And that's when Sonic reveals himself to Dr. Eggman, and Jim Carrey does this fantastic scream and gets punched in the face.
I'm going to give you 5 seconds to tell me where it is.
Wait, don't hurt him!
By Tom. And then that kind of starts the movie off. Dr. Robotnik or Dr. Eggman, whichever you want to call him, he's chasing Sonic to going to California. So the reason why they're going to California is because these rings that Sonic has that is able to teleport him from planet to planet, he accidentally opened up one, and when Tom shot him with the tranquilizer, he dropped the whole bag of rings into the open ring, which landed in San Francisco. So now they got to go to San Francisco, kind of recollect Sonic's rings so he can get off the planet and avoid Dr. Eggman. So this whole adventure takes them to a bar. They get attacked by some drones from Dr. Eggman, and it's really like one of those buddy cop kind of films at some point, because I mean, imagine how you would be driving an anthropomorphic blue supersonic hedgehog to San Francisco to collect rings. Yeah, you're gonna have fun with that. I would have fun with that. I was actually having fun with that while I was watching it in the movie theater. Cool, right? So they get to San Francisco. Sonic has been injured. He blew up, or had a bomb stuck to him, and then it was stuck to Tom, and then it was stuck to a rock, and then it went boom, and Sonic was knocked unconscious. Here's my little problem with the movie. Every time there's a interracial relationship between Tom and his wife. His wife is black, a very finely attractive black woman, I might add. Is married to a white guy. They always have this sassy sister-in-law who doesn't like the husband for some reason. Now, it's not every white guy, some black people too, that, you know, are hated by the sister-in-law for some reason. I don't know why. That could have been completely omitted from the movie. I don't know why that had to be in there. Honestly, the only comic relief in this movie was Jim Carrey and Sonic and the dynamic between Tom and Sonic. I don't know why you have to have a sassy, overweight black lady in a movie to kind of cause trouble that doesn't need to be exploited, I guess. It was very, very overwhelming to have that woman in the movie. Anyways, they make it to San Francisco. Sonic is unconscious. Tom's wife is a vet, so she's able to wake him up, and he's just bouncing all over the place. And I gotta say that Sonic's animation and his behavior and his characteristics are all just spot on from the Sonic that we sort of like and love from the TV show and the games and stuff like that. My only concern is that he was more childlike versus the kind of lone star hero of the movie. Like, he was asking for Tom help all the time. The Sonic that I remember is the one who kind of just takes matters into his own hand and kind of does his own thing, so to speak. So that's the Sonic I remember. But again, this is a young movie. We're dealing probably with a younger version of Sonic. He hasn't really encountered Eggman as many times as he did in the game. In the movie, it's only been about once. So again, later on in the movie, you kind of get that serious action with that. So going forward, they find Sonic's rings on top of the, I don't know what tower that was, San Francisco. They find the rings and Dr. Eggman attacks them, and then a big little, I guess, chase ensues between Sonic and Eggman across the world. Sonic is using his rings to transport to different parts of the world, like China, then he goes to Egypt, and then eventually they make it back to Green Hills, where you see there's a face-off between Sonic and Eggman. So Sonic, wanting to protect his newfound friend, activates his super sonic electric powers, and it's kind of funny because the nod from the game. How do you defeat like enemies in a Sonic game? You bounce on them. You just jump and bounce, and jump and you bounce, and jump and you bounce, and that's exactly what Sonic did. All supercharged and just bouncing boom, 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 boom off Eggman's little helicraft carrier. I don't know what the fuck to call it. And they open a ring and they dump his ass into the Mushroom Planet. Now, they kept on making references to the Mushroom Planet, so I'm guessing that was kind of like a Mario kind of nod, like, hey, we might be doing this Mario thing, so just keep your eyes out, you know, send Eggman to the Mushroom Planet. They didn't say Mushroom Kingdom, they said Mushroom Planet. In my head, that was kind of like a nice little nod to, you know, Mario and all that. There's also a nice little nod to Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't know if everyone got that, but when Dr. Eggman got his hands on one of Sonic Quills and he's in his little truck, he's talking about the prototype that he's built, which is, he's heavily referring to his little plane thingy, but in my head, I'm like, he's probably analyzed that quill enough to actually create a similar life form to Sonic, which would have been Shadow. Now, if you don't know, in the games, Shadow was created by Dr. Eggman's grandfather, Gerald Robotnik, as the ultimate life form. So I don't really know how far they're planning on going with some of the backstories from the games and the mythos of the video games and stuff like that, but it was very entertaining. A lot of us, yes, were expecting Sonic to turn into Super Sonic, but you know, there weren't any mentions of Chaos Emeralds or anything like that hidden away into the movie or anything like that. Maybe I missed some of the Easter eggs that might have contained some Chaos Emerald stuff, but no. The closest thing we got to Chaos Emeralds were the echidnas that attacked Sonic and Gabor in the first 5 minutes of the movie, but that was the entire movie. So Sonic is basically like this big-ass kid, I don't want to say big-ass kid, this anthropomorphic, childlike hedgehog kid who is now being adopted by Tom and his wife, Maddie. But here's the kicker. At the end of the movie, you get another ring that opens up, and guess who pops out? Freaking Miles Tails Prower. And that was probably one of the most geekiest moments of the entire movie, because I'm like, oh shit, are they going to bring Tails in? Yep, there's Tails, which tells me that there's probably going to be another Sonic movie somewhere down the line in the next couple of years. Maybe Sonic and Tails, Tails and Sonic. I don't know if they're going to bring in the old cast, but I know Knuckles is there because echidnas do exist apparently. I don't know about Amy Rose, I don't know about Big the Cat or SBO or, you know, Charmy and the alligator dude. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what Paramount kind of does with that. Like they're slowly breaking down and figuring out the formula that makes a good video game into a good movie. You don't have to copy every single aspect of a video game and make it a good movie, because a lot of the shit in video games don't make sense. If you're going to make a Zelda movie, it's going to be virtually impossible considering that there are over 20 games that take place in various timelines with different enemies. You can't really do that. You have to take what the fans are going to like and kind of mold it into your own concept to make it a good movie. And that's what they did here with Sonic. They didn't go all in and introduce the Chaos Emeralds or the Master Emerald. They didn't introduce Shadow the Hedgehog. They didn't introduce Chaos. They didn't introduce any of that stuff or any of Dr. Eggman's, you know, vast abilities that he can do. They kept it simple for this first movie to kind of get the people their feet wet with the idea that, hey, Sonic is a movie now. Now let's see what they can do with that. I'm really excited to kind of figure out where they go from here. With that being said, I give Sonic the Hedgehog a solid 8.5 out of 10. The only reason why it's not getting a 10 because it has that crazy sassy black lady in it for some reason. If she wasn't in there, I probably would have given it a 9. But yeah, if you haven't gone and seen it and you're kind of on the edge, 8.5 out of 10. Tell them Will at Heroic Studios sent you. Hey guys, if you like this movie critique, please let me know. Leave a like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel. Do what you gotta do. I love movies. I love critiquing movies. I do this all the time and I hope you guys like it too. If you guys like Sonic the Hedgehog, please let me know in the comments below. Share this video on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you want to go. If you didn't like Sonic, you can comment too. It's always fun to disagree with people about what they like in movies. I always want to hear people's perspective from all angles. I'm Will at Heroic Studios and I will see you guys next time with another subjective opinion. Adios.